I dined in a morgue. Yes, you heard me right. I dined in a morgue. It's a German restaurant called Rathskeller's Basement Bistro, which is tucked inside the basement of the old Keidel Memorial Hospital. And since everyone talks about how the restaurant is located in what used to be the hospital's morgue, I had to see it for myself. Want to hear some more about it? Pull up a chair and let's get into it.
Head toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? Head toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling?
So where is Rathskeller's Basement Bistro? It's in Fredericksburg, Texas. And if you've never been to Fredericksburg, Texas, let me just say it is absolutely stinking adorable. I like to describe it as the Napa Valley of Texas because it's filled with many adorable wineries, incredible restaurants, unique little boutique shops, really nice hotels. They've got bed and breakfasts, little inns, and there is so much charm here. And because Napa Valley has gotten so expensive and so overrated, I loved sending clients to Fredericksburg, Texas when I was a travel advisor. Last year, I had the opportunity to visit Fredericksburg with a group of travel advisor friends of mine, and that's exactly what we did one of the days. We spent the day shopping, exploring, popping in and out to all these cute little boutiques on Main Street. I'm a dress girl. I love finding really cute dresses. And for me, I'm in New Jersey. So Fredericksburg, Texas had a lot of really, really cute Southern type dresses that I just can't find up here. So it was really a great day. But eventually, on Main Street, we found ourselves in front of the historic Keidel Memorial Hospital. Now, in 1909, Dr. Albert Keidel built what became the Keidel Medical Complex on the site, and the building then began serving as a hospital and medical facility. Now, this building has been part of Fredericksburg history for well over a century, and it served as the town's hospital until 1971. And today, it's been given a completely new life. No pun intended. The main floor of the hospital is now home to, not going to say this right, I'm going to try, Küchen Laden. Küchen Laden. And of course, like I said, I probably butchered that, but it's a German specialty kitchen and cookware store where, well, in the basement is where you'll find the restaurant. And since we had a little bit of time before our reservation, we decided to wander around the store first. And if you ever go here, I highly recommend going to the store before your reservation. I can't tell you, especially for those who really love history, how neat it is to just walk around the store. Even though it's been transformed into a beautiful kitchen and cookware shop, it still very much feels like you're walking through an old hospital. So like you walk in, you're walking on what looks to be the original hospital tile underneath your feet. You know, those little tiny square tiles. I know, like, they're green, they're baby blue, they're baby pink. Remember those little tiny hospital squares? And you will even see what appeared to be an old doctor's desk in there. Something I thought was really crazy is that they legit had original old examination tables that they repurposed to display the cookware and the kitchen gadgets. I couldn't get over it. There was one room that we went into where one of those exam tables had a piece of tape, literally still had a piece of tape on it with the words exam room number 1 or something like that. Very, very crazy. And now that's not for everybody. Not everybody's into that kind of stuff, but I am drawn to stories. I am drawn to history. So for me, it was really, really cool. At one point, I even noticed a small window that was built into the wall that really made me wonder if it had once been where nurses picked up medication for patients. Like, it is a really neat store to walk through. And I don't know what that area was used for, but walking through the building, it was hard for me not to imagine what life must have been like when this place was a working hospital. I have quite an imagination. There was also a really sweet woman who walked around with us for a little bit and kind of went room to room because it does have, it's an old hospital. You're going in all different rooms. I don't know if the store was actually part of like the medical floor where maybe there were some doctor's offices. But I will tell you, there are things from whatever it is all over the store, really. And in fact, one of the things that the woman had mentioned to us is that some of the family even still works in this store. So eventually it was time for our dinner reservation. So we had to make the trip downstairs to Rathskeller's. And I will admit, the entire time I was walking down those stairs, and it's dark walking down those stairs, I kept thinking, was this really used as a morgue? There is definitely an unsettling feeling as you make that descent into the restaurant. There's no way to escape it. It does feel kind of creepy walking down there, I will say. And as soon as we walked through the doors, the first thing I noticed right off the bat was how dark it is inside. I mean, you're in a basement. There are not, a ton of windows. So it is rather dark. There's really no natural light. And as they walked us to our table, something that made me laugh, maybe not at the time, but later on when I got home and I really started talking about it, was that I couldn't help but immediately think that the tables that they seat you at and as you're walking through are all like stainless steel topped tables. And my brain instantly went to like, these kind of actually look like tables that would be in a morgue. Now, I'm not saying they actually were. They obviously weren't. We're not going to be eating from a morgue table. But when you've spent the last hour walking through an old historic hospital and hearing all these stories, man, your imagination starts filling in the blanks really quickly. And it's kind of funny how your mind does that. And if I'm being like completely honest, none of my friends or myself were volunteering to go to the restroom by themselves either. We were all kind of laughing about it and we're like, nope, I'm good. We'll wait till we go to the next destination after here. I've always been kind of fascinated by the paranormal. And at the same time, it also terrifies me 100%. So being in a place with such history, hearing the stories, and then sitting in a dimly lit, cozy basement, it definitely made for a memorable dinner. And listen, that's what I really enjoy an experience. It's not like just about the food for me. It's more about the story, the experience, and things like that. And honestly, I think that's really what made the experience at Rathskeller so much fun for us. Not because I was hoping to see a ghost. Actually, quite the opposite. I was perfectly happy not seeing one. But there's something about a place with so much history that just makes your imagination come alive, right? So once we were settled in, it was time to stop thinking about ghosts and start thinking about what we were eating. Guys, this is a restaurant review after all, my friends. We decided to start with the spinach and artichoke dip, and we shared it. It was perfect. It was a perfect appetizer to kick off the meal. I'm a fan of spinach and artichoke dip. It was hot, it was creamy, and we all really enjoyed it. For my entree, specifically, I ordered what's called the seafood stuffed eggplant. And I'm from the Jersey Shore, so I probably have some of the best seafood around, right? So when I'm in Texas, I'm more thinking about burgers and steaks and things like that, maybe barbecue, which we did have. I'll do a review on our barbecue another day. But I don't normally, think of seafood in places that are in a place like Texas. But I was glad I got it because it was really, really good. And the seafood stuffing was flavorful enough without overpowering the actual eggplant. And it was just really good. It had a white sauce on it. And for me, white sauce tends to be a little bit too heavy, but it really was very hearty without being too heavy. Definitely something I'm glad that I ordered. Now, I want to say this. Before anyone jumps into the comments here, I know that there isn't really proof that this was actually a hospital morgue. After we got home, I went down quite a rabbit hole with research here because I genuinely wanted to know. I mean, Everyone in Fredericksburg that we talked to told us it was a morgue. The tourism rep told us it was a morgue. I mean, it was the basement of a hospital. What else would you think it would be? But I could not actually find hard proof concrete that this restaurant was in a morgue. But here's the thing, guys. You are sitting in the basement of a hospital that's been standing for well over a century. You're hearing stories about its past, and you're surrounded by all the history. Your imagination does not really care what the history books say or doesn't say. Whether this was a morgue or not, Rathskeller's really turned out to be one of the most memorable dining experiences I've ever had. Not just because of the food, but because of the history, the atmosphere, and the stories that really, truly make this place so unique. So if you ever find yourself in Fredericksburg, Texas, please make a reservation, but don't immediately head downstairs to the restaurant. Get there a little bit early and wander through the old hospital. Explore the kitchen store. Notice all the little details everywhere you look of things that have been preserved. And please, guys, talk to the people who work there. That's what made this experience so special for me. And then come back and let me know. Do you think I dined in a morgue?